news, reports, events, and their effects on the Federal Capital Territory. Only on KAFTAN TV. KAFTAN TV. Imagine a beautiful world.
Welcome to Polity of Tuesday, the 23rd day of June 2026. I welcome you heartily and do hope that we can have a great time on this program in the next, how many minutes? Like an hour. As usual, we bring up a topic that we'll be talking about and with a guest. I hope that my guest shows up soon. And before we go too far, my name is Dayo Omogun. I do hope that you're having a great day out there, wherever you are watching from. And we will be talking about the trending issues, several diverse issues. The United Nations sent out a warning recently to the effect that a global food crisis is looming, and they listed the countries that are likely to be affected, and it happens that Nigeria is one of them. And so that's a concern right there. Now, beyond that, you have insecurity, and every day it looks as if there's no let-up. We find out that in the newspapers today, there are reports of killings in Plateau State again, and several other places, the killings are not stopping. So we need to take a look at all of these. With all of this, how safe are we? How prepared are we for the next general elections that comes up in 2027? That's the whole essence of our talk this afternoon. And so, when my guest comes around, maybe we'll begin to ask his opinion and all that. But for now, I'd like you to stay tuned. I'd like you to sit back. I'd like you to relax. And at the appropriate time, I'd like you to also call in. You know, we make this a beautiful, robust program when you call in, because there is no single fountain of knowledge or wisdom. So it's in rubbing our minds together that the best emerges. So I trust God that this country will emerge in its best form, and not for, it won't take too long. Okay, so what are some of the trending issues? Yes, there are killings, and there are kidnappings, and there is banditry. There are issues of food crisis, like the United Nations reported or tried to predict. And there are several other issues. Parties are in disarray. There's no clear picture whether some parties are still going to exist in the next few days. That is in the eyes of the law, whether such parties will still be considered to be relevant to the 2027 elections. And so these are some of the things that we intend to talk about. Incidentally, my guest is an NDC chieftain. So he should be talking from the perspective of the opposition, because, as it were, the ruling party seems to be very strong and consolidated in its place, and it doesn't look as if the opposition is doing anything to really upstage them. That's my reckoning. I'm not. That's my understanding of what's playing out right now. So let's take a look one after the other of the issues that are trending. For example, the issue of the food crisis that's looming. Now, we have seen, for example, from the Ekiti elections, that there's still a huge disconnect, that there's a level of distrust between the people and the governors there, that is the rulers. Else, how do you explain a situation where 1,028,900 people collect their PVC cards, but at the polls, all that comes out is less than 400,000. That's less than 50% again. Yeah, that was an issue that we discussed somewhere, and I felt that maybe for the first time there was likelihood for the numbers to improve, but alas, that was not to be. So that's one issue right there. With the party, with the elections, is this how we're going to have voter apathy in 2027? Is this how we're going to have maybe 12 million registered votes and all that we get is 7 million? When such happens, is it quite representative, the result that comes from such elections? Does it, explain? Do they align? Do they align? Because you do 400,000 people, and ordinarily the eligible people are over 1 million. So is it not possible that among those who did not vote, they could, with their votes, because if you have 400 and something or less than 400,000 people who actually voted, what it means is that over 600,000 did not vote. And what inference can you draw from that? Can it be correct to announce a result based on that? There's a whole lot of things that we need to take a look at, because this is going to be a precedent even in the 2027 elections. If we have this kind of low voter turnout, then it should bring some worry. It should be a source of worry. It should be a source of a lot of, brainstorming to find out exactly why there is such a low turnout of voters. What does it take to vote? What are the costs? What are the trade-offs? What is the opportunity cost? What is the opportunity cost of such a situation? All right, so these are some of the issues. How are we sure, if you have states where bandits are ravaging them right, left, and center, can those states truly be sure that they're safe to take part in the elections? These are some of the things. How prepared are we? We saw in the elections of, in the Ekiti gubernatorial elections, we saw how things went. Quite commendable to a large extent. But again, the ugly, voter buying, voter trading reared its ugly head again. And there are videotapes, video recordings of that happening. So, is that what we're going to do also in 2027? Or if it has worked this time around, is that the likely tool that is going to be utilized again in 2027? What exactly? How ready is INEC? How ready is INEC? How ready are the parties? In some parties, in fact, as we speak right now, there are parties that don't know whether they're going to feature in the elections. There are several issues. And so that's what we intend to take a look at. And I do hope that very shortly my guests will be here, and then we can do justice to the issues. In the meantime, I'll take a break, and when I do come back, most likely my guest will be here. He will take over, and that will be it. We'll see how it goes from there after the break.
This is KAFTAN TV Newsroom, the headlines.
The fault is not coming from my neck.
The world of sports, talking about sport gist on KAFTAN TV.
We will know the law. Why not ensure its enforcement?
$73 billion, you know.
The car was actually made from a prototype of a human being.
What do you understand by a woman of substance? Who is the...
He said, who gave you admission? Where is the admission that you are here?
This is KAFTAN TV Newsroom, the headlines.
The fault is not coming from my neck.
The world of sports, talking about sport gist on KAFTAN TV.
We will know the law. Why not ensure its enforcement?
$73 billion, you know.
The car was actually made from a prototype of a human being.
What do you understand by a woman of substance? Who is the...
He said, who gave you admission? Where is the admission that you are here?
Welcome to Aba in Abuja. The main agenda here is the promotion of made in Nigeria products. Could this trigger the most needed change in the telecom industry for better service delivery? Welcome to Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. A golden opportunity for the country to showcase its potentials among community of nations. Now, here comes the body, accompanied by her husband from India, where she has been receiving treatment. Total liberalization of the communication sector will bounce back in view of the sentimental attachment to it by Nigerians. The need for the players of the industry to still put their acts together to consolidate on the previous efforts has therefore become imperative. That popular saying that necessity is the mother of invention is beginning to have effect on Nigeria for good. Reporting from Dubai. Hello, I am Ruben Okala. I have not retired. I am refiring at KAFTAN TV. And as you say on KAFTAN TV, get back to work.
You can't afford to miss the press with guests so knowledgeable and articulate.
The World Human Rights Index and Rules of Law shows that Nigeria was ranked 142 in terms of insecurity.
What of the issue of Mahmoud Yakub?
Join us Mondays to Fridays for in-depth analysis from the front page of our national dailies.
And NIGCOMSAT Group in U.S. Falls Candles continue trial, and that's on page 27 for your readers morning.
From the heart of the National Assembly to the pulse of the presidency.
I rise to second this motion as moved by my brother Ali Jesse.
And we will work with you.
Breaking news on politics, the economy, business, education, entertainment. No matter the focus, our guests are on ground to do justice on topical issues.
Back on the front page of The Guardian, it says Trump's warning unsettles Nigeria, raises concern over religion and sovereignty.
It's a very big challenge. It's a very big challenge to us in Nigeria.
On the press, every headline is dissected and every fact scrutinized.
Start your day right. Join us.
My name is Sheyi Lobisi. I'm the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl NIGCOMSAT Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching.
Welcome to Aba in Abuja. The main agenda here is the promotion of made in Nigeria products.
Could this trigger the much-needed change in the telecom industry for better service delivery?
Welcome to Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja.
A golden opportunity for the country to showcase its potentials among community of nations.
Now, here comes the body, accompanied by her husband from India, where she has been receiving treatment.
Total liberalization of the communication sector
will bounce back in view of the sentimental attachment to it by Nigerians. The need for the players of the industry
All right, welcome back. I'm glad to let you know that my guest is here right now, and we can have a jolly, jolly ride from this point on, because I know that he's ready to take on the issues. And his name, I mean, he's a public affairs analyst, he's a politician, he's an NDC chieftain. I know everywhere I mean, those letters I heard now stirs up some, I don't know, maybe anxiety in some quarters, maybe joy in some quarters, maybe some other kind of sentiments. But here he is. His name is Dr. Anselm Okeke. He's a major part of NDC around the Capital Territory and around Suleja. So you're welcome.
Welcome. Glad to be here, sir.
All right then. So you're here. And incidentally, that's the way I want to start. Incidentally, the elections in Ekiti held over the weekend. As a chieftain of the opposition, what's your take on how the conduct on the conduct of the elections that held on Saturday?
Well, I want to appreciate the opportunity to speak to issues.
Right.
That has been a friend, and I'm going to be very frank with you.
All right.
But unfortunately, NDC was not part of the opposition Ekiti, because when the elections were being prepared, the party was not even available
at the point.
But like you said, the opposition is one.
Right.
The opposition is one. When the APC did something in 2014 and 2015, they made opposition to be one.
Right.
So we must treat opposition as one, especially now that the APC want to turn Nigeria into a one-party state.
Okay.
So looking at the Ekiti election, one would say it's a sad reality that we have gone this bad.
How bad?
Very, very bad.
What are the indices that makes you think
the issue of vote buying? The issue of vote buying was so obvious that you see people floating money online, that they were giving money to buy. Another thing is we also saw the APC chairman for Edo State who wore the tag of election observer. It was in the news.
Okay.
Wore the tag.
Okay, it wasn't even the chairman of Ekiti State.
No,
it was the one of Edo State.
Edo State.
Oh, okay, that's the issue then. That's the real issue.
Yes, Edo State, who came to observe election in Ekiti, and we also saw that there were a lot of irregularities. Just like what we've been shouting, that INEC is collaborating with the APC to make these elections a pain for the Nigerian people. Even though everybody's talking about go and get your PVC, go and get your PVC, but INEC has the responsibility of assuring us of a free and fair election. It has the responsibility. Anything other than that will put the 2027 election in jeopardy.
Okay. Now, I thought, personally, I thought that the election scored high, apart from vote trading. Apart from vote, we didn't see situations of violence. There was no ballot box snatching. Of course, for some time now, that's fading away from our reality. And I thought that the only issue was that vote, bad as it is. I accept. I agree that that's
there's
bad.
an issue of the PVAS not working.
I mean, see, let's take a look at this.
Because that's the main issue.
Yes, that day, from the records, I think 2,445 BVAS machines were deployed.
Yeah.
Now, if out of 2,445 BVAS machines are deployed, if you have 10 that have issues, will you call that a bad performance? Especially because they also had backup BVAS machines, that is spare machines, to take over when there's such a situation.
Until we are sure there is only 10 that is not working, because across the state, a lot of BVAS were not working. And
no, I just created the hypothetical.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not possible for it to be most of this, the APC rigging system, is that these BVAS will not work in rural areas. And rural areas are where you have votes. You have a lot of people who registered, who cannot come out and vote, who cannot protest. And this way you can give 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Then the rest, they will not rig it. So most riggings are done in those rural areas where the machines are not working. In the urban areas,
and where there's less literacy.
Less literacy. So when they tell you these are BVAS, you can come to the town and you see that those areas where you don't have BVAS working, that's where you have mass voting. You find a particular local government that can overturn the entire election. So this is like what we had in Imo State then. We had the situation where the PDP was declared governor, and we had the APC guy who had his own results. You find that the result from 2 or 3 local governments is more than the entire result you get in the other local government. So this is just the system. They will make so like when you there's no way only 10 does not work.
Are you about to say propound something like an APC magic?
Yes,